ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Minecraft. Back on Happy Days again. Hey. Fun little thing, by the way. The server has now increased to being an average of about 80 ticks behind. So we went from 40 to 80. Yay, and that's when the mod pack updated. So I can't wait to see what happens in the future. Now, I've been doing a little bit of work, other than the fact I've been increasing the storage capacity on here, with it starting to catch up even on this. Like, that's 4 million items. It's like 4.096 million items. That's a lot, consisting of all of that. So at some point, I'm gonna have to make a system for that, because I would love to make that proper. But I've been working on this, so I now have a thing for ink, because I have a giant squid spawner. And of course on this side, I have Totems of Undying, diamonds, something called Bowstrokes, and of course iron and gold, because I have discovered the Royal. The Royal is an interesting one, by the way. He, if I can, yeah, this is how it spawns. Oh. I didn't mean to let you out. But yeah, that's how it spawns. Also, look at all that experience. I'm gonna have to capture that at some point. But yeah, that's how they spawn, and they can give a bunch of cool stuff. If I look down, you get these things. You get the hunter's eye. If I go down, maybe there's been another one, unless. Okay, it's finally behaved itself. Yeah, you also get their armor sometimes. Most of this I can probably get rid of. I don't really need it. You know, especially with 606 of these. But yeah, everything seems to be going down to storage drawers, which is cool because now I have a very, very bad Totem of Undying farm, which I'm not actually going to use the totems regularly because Totems of Undying are used in a bunch of recipes, like this one, for example, which actually requires another star, which aren't too bad to get. I realized that most of this stuff is from the same mod, except these two. Okay, yeah, those are from that mod, but that's actually interesting now that I look at it. Yeah, it's mostly from ours. Well, that's actually not too bad, because I want to get into ours in the future. But yeah, that's what I've been working on. It's been kind of fun working on this. Also, as you can see, the grass has spread quite a bit. We'd love to see that. It's always beautiful to see the grass spreading. I've just been keeping up the maintenance of the nuclear reactor, making sure everything's filled up and running. With this now, by the way, being almost at 6 million, 6 million millibuckets, or about 6,000 buckets of fissile fuel, which is insane to think about. Oh look, it's a little Spidey boy. But yeah, other than that, I want to talk a little bit about what I want to do for the server next, because I haven't really stated in the videos yet what I want to do, because all of my stuff is currently all around showcasing, doing small things. That's mostly because I don't know what to do exactly, because it's mod of Minecraft. There's either so much to do or so little to do at the same time. But I want to just kind of like put up my ideas and what I want to do. So let me put something into perspective for a minute. I am trying to redo my base. Right, I've had this elevator, as you can see behind me, right there, that goes underground into my base, which is also linked up to their bases. And it kind of sucks having just an elevator that goes down to my base. So I initially tried to make an elevator that goes down even further and goes into this, which I would use as like an entranceway that would then take me into my base. But I realized that wasn't very feasible because that led right underneath their bases, and that's stupid to do. So then I thought about, hey, what if I just keep expanding in the way I am already? Can't really do that. Right in there, that's the train network. Beyond that is one of the other person's houses and someone else's house. So yeah, can't go that way. Also, whilst I'm here, I'm going to put that in there. Let it recharge whilst I do stuff. I thought about expanding this way, which I actually could. I could expand this way, but then I'd have a corridor that would be just way too long. Plus, I want to put these away too. So there wouldn't really be much point of having these corridors. Expanding this way is also doable. So if I look at the map, I believe over here. Let me see. Can I change the... Okay, I don't think I can actually change that. Okay, never mind, I can. Okay. So if I zoom out a bit, you'll notice that this way is where the warehouse is, and there's actually a friend's base here. So I could go this way because his base is always above ground. But he does have a farm over here, and I don't want to interfere with that if that's on the same level. I could go down to my nuclear reactor and expand from here, but I want to do that because there's a nuclear reactor here. To my understanding, nuclear reactors are a bit finicky, and I don't want to mess around with that, which is actually why I'll be moving it in the future to a much safer location, because I think having it right underneath my base is kind of stupid, because if something happens to the nuclear reactor, which is also why it's currently off, we want to clear out all of the waste that this thing has produced, because we currently cannot afford to keep it running. Oh, actually, we can afford it actual fuel-wise. We have enough fuel. But we want to clear out all of the stuff because of a show-off. Let me show it. So, if I actually look, I think, yeah, it still has polonium in it. If I let this go, this is going to basically kill everything in the nearby radius. And same thing here with the nuclear waste. I think if I just lift it up, it'll be fine. Yeah, if I lift them off like this, everything is fine. But yeah, there's a lot of things we have to worry about. So we're gonna let it do as it is right now. Oh, you're here. And actually, that's another thing. Liquefied advantages. Beautiful. But yeah, there's another thing that's been kind of like I can notice as well is also don't worry about that. There we go. Yeah, it just happens sometimes. But yeah, so that's another thing that I've noticed as well is due to this area being one massive block, everything spawns in here. And I kind of want to move away from like this underground design because I don't like doing it. I initially did it because I thought it would be kind of cool to make a base that would be slightly underground, but then I got a bit carried away. So for the next one, I want to use what I've learned about making bases, and I want to do the opposite, basically. I want it to be above ground, I want it to be a bit more spacious, while still keeping a cool design. And maybe I'll even incorporate small designs from like shows and stuff I watch. A little thing that I don't think anyone knows. I don't think I've actually mentioned this ever. I used to be a big fan of the Netflix show or anime or cartoon, whatever you want to call it, Voltron, which was a really cool show I used to watch. Sadly, they discontinued it after season 3. But yeah, they have some pretty cool stuff in there, and I'm thinking about maybe building something from that show, because it would be pretty cool to have a couple of statues that are based around that, since, again, it looks really cool. But yeah, that's like what's been on my mind about the server and what I should try and do. Alongside that, I also want to start to automate things. You know, stuff that I would probably need a lot of. Or stuff that's just kind of like fun to try and automate. Like the spawners. Most of the reason to why the spawners exist in the first place, or at least to why I made them exist, is because a lot of the stuff in here is stuff I'm either going to need a lot of, like blazes. Using blaze rods is kind of a thing that some of these mods require. And I thought if I got a lot of them, like I have here, which is 20,000, and I have about 6,000 ender pearls as well, there's a reason to why those two spawners I haven't used in a while, and that's because I have so much of them. I don't need them anymore. But yeah, sorry, I'm rambling on. But yeah, I also have what is it? I have the Wither Skeleton spawner for if I need to go try and find a Wither for anything. I have of course the Enderman for the Ender Pearls, and I have a Giant Squid for ink because I actually didn't have a single bit of ink. But yeah, now I have ink, so I'm probably not going to use that as much. Plus, it lags the game a bit due to the custom model of the Giant Squid. Right now, I'm just doing Royal because mostly actually due to the Iron and Gold, because surprisingly, that's actually more useful than both of these right now. And actually the Totem of Undying too, but yeah, that's why I have this stuff, is because whilst I do use stuff like the knowledges and everything as well, most of that is just because I like seeing numbers and I like seeing the cool stuff that these mods offer. Which is why I hate doing things like this, putting everything into one massive system where it can't be seen. But due to server performance, I need to do that a lot. Which is also why I like to keep like that stuff on display, because it's nice to look at. And it's also the same why this exists. Because it just looks kind of nice, not gonna lie. You walk in and you're like, oh, what is this? You notice the thing and you're like, oh, cool, it's like a mob farm. And you see all the stuff on this side and you're like, oh, that's actually kind of cool. Look at all the stuff it produces. But yeah, that's kind of what's on my mind right now. Stuff that I've done and stuff that I want to do. I don't know. Give me some suggestions in the comments of what I should do. Because whilst modded is really fun to play, it's a completely different experience. It really does become stale after a very short time. Mostly because either a lot of mods they tend to break very quickly, or it just becomes very repetitive. I have the same problem with regular Minecraft. That's just my opinion. For me, that stuff becomes very stale very quickly, unless it's like challenged by something. But yeah, I don't know. Give me some suggestions in the comments of what I should make. Like, go wild. You know, if you know a show that's like from like Netflix or something, or actually anything that can really just source like pictures of that could kind of fit in with what I do, with my actually really bad building techniques. Yeah, please do give me some suggestions down in the comments. I would love to see what you guys can come up with. Wee. Oh no, broken textures. There we go. But yeah. With that all said, I hope you have enjoyed my little rant about the server, and I hope to see everyone for the next video. Oh, quick thing, I also stream on Twitch. That would be twitch.tv/TheUnderbringer. Link to that will be in the description. And as suggested by a commenter, there's also going to be a link to the mod pack in this description. And yeah, with that all said, though, I'll see everyone for the next video, and peace out.